have our wager coming up on Friday.
Tomorrow.
Today is Thursday. Yes. Tomorrow is Friday. And the two teams were 7-6, are we? How many are we? We're 7-6. In the past wagers, we've been more, which means we've had more people to do more things. This particular wager has a lot of work in it, in the sense that you have to create things. Some of us have multiple talents. Some of you can sing, write, and paint, but we had to pick one side. So here's the pitch. What if we work together? Let me explain. Last week's wager, we all worked together, and we made something beautiful. We made something amazing. Big Brother did not decide. The audience decided that we did something great. So here's the pitch. I've seen the other team's story. You guys are doing great, but you need help. We have a story, but we don't have enough cast to sell the story we have. So let's help each other. The idea is your team is still your team, but you can borrow some of our resources, mental resources, intellectual resources, and skills. Our team will borrow guest stars from your team, maybe to model or to perform during our fashion show. If you guys agree, we'll work together so we can finish before the wager presentation. If you don't, I understand and it's fine. But here's the caveat. I think at the end of the day, the point of the wager is for two things. Number one is everybody here is brought here to develop whatever talent they came in with. And that wager will help you. All the wagers, the acting wagers, the debate wagers, the presentation wagers, has been to hone the skills you have. And that's the first thing. The second thing is entertaining the people that have kept us in here. They vote for you every day. They do all these things every day. Your job is to entertain them. And going out there and giving us a mediocre wager is not entertaining them. If we entertain them enough, they have a reason to want to keep you here because you make them happy. And we also make Big Brother happy. That's my whole point. So if we agree to work together, you can raise up your hand. If you want us to work together. KAYBOBO, do you want us to work together?
Nigga?
I have a question.
I agree.
Like, you said to borrow, like, people for... So, on that day, people from our team would also be on stage with you guys?
They will guest star. So, for example, while our presentation is going on, there's a part where we have, like, two models doing a sculpture thing, and we're painting. To make the scene more immersive, we can have you a spoken word artist. So, imagine we have a story behind the painting. Imagine you, the spoken word artist. We will write the spoken word. Your job is just to speak it. You don't need to overperform, you don't need to stress. Your job is just to go there and show up. We'll write the thing for you, we'll tell you how to present it. It's like a movie. You know, a series, they have normal stars, and sometimes they invite guest stars. You will be a guest star for our wager. If you're not comfortable with it, I understand. But the aim is, if we do this thing together, there's a higher chance we can present a better wager for Big Brother. So let's do 2 hours or 1 hour.
It will take time because
Today is pool party. We don't have 4 hours.
We don't have 4 hours.
there's no time.
Okay, in 1 hour, guys, once they say hot water is ready, everybody's going to have their bath.
Okay, so once they say hot water is ready, just have your bath and then come downstairs.
Biggie plays music when everybody goes to sleep.
Hot water is already available. Yeah. And let's go and have our bath. Have our bath, eat whatever we want to eat, and come back here in 1 hour.
Yeah, but what if I have to cook?
What if you have to cook?
I'm already here.
No, all of us from the teams don't have to be here. We can have like 4 people, 3 people, make a decision, and then go back. So guys, let's go and do our thing and we'll rendezvous later. Thank you, everyone.
Since I don't set my kulu, I'm sorry. The fuck? The fuck?
The
rice
with sausage.
No, I don't know. I just took it.
I
swear to God.
I swear to my life. Let me ask her.
Who?
Let me see.
I don't take it down.
Yeah.
But try.
I just have for rice.
Okay.
I can see it under the table. No, it's so hard. What the hell? Give me that shit.
Okay, I've not had it.
For a lazy, workout, weak person, you do too much. Sip of what? Sip of goodness. Go and drink water. More than laser. Where's mine? I didn't eat my yesterday. Do you guys just take? I'd love to take.
Right. Yeah.
So this conversation was had yesterday, but you know what? Nobody followed up. Nobody followed through. Until this morning, Faith decided to call up the house to gather them and tell them what was on his mind, how they need to go about the wager for them to entertain the audience and win. As a matter of fact, when this conversation was happening yesterday, he was particular about the fact that they don't necessarily have to win the wager, but they can put up a good show. Based on, the truth is, the instruction from Big Brother is for them to work in 2 teams. However, he has seen that there is opportunity in them collaborating, borrowing from each other. I actually think this is a great idea because it fosters collaboration instead of competition, while competing actually, if I'm being honest. Tell me why they're trying to have this meeting and they're calling everybody. People are dragging their feet. Mide ends up not even standing up from the bed. She slept on the bed all through this meeting that they had this morning. And I'm like, the type of people in the house, anyways, people are allowed to do whatever they want to do, actually. I'm not even going to lie. It's not as though I'm going to sit here and bash her and drag her because she refused to stand up to attend the meeting. But I'm just saying that if people like that exist in the house, let's say you had like 4, 7 of a midday, that house is going to be the most boring. I'm not going to lie. Like, I am not surprised that, people think she would have gone way earlier because she is not entertaining. Okay? She is not entertaining. You cannot be sleeping when people are trying to put heads together. Today is Thursday. Wager presentation is tomorrow. You guys have done very little with regards to... Anyways, for this year's housemate, I give it to them. They actually do well. Even if they prepared the list, like you don't see them preparing, but at the end of the day, they still kill it. But it's definitely not because of people with low efforts like Mede. It is usually because of people like Faith, Kui, MENSAN, who else? Doris, Telma too. All those people, they put in individual effort. They don't wait for group to come up with ideas or anything. They just go to the forefront. If they have to prepare props, they do that. If they have to paint, they paint. If they have to sew, they sew. If they have to play music, write songs, they do that. They still perform. Jason too, especially when it has to do with something that he can do. Oh, I'm talking about Jason. Let me just come and drag Jason for a while. Remember that night before the immunity was not granted? Remember that little meeting he had with his group people about how he's going to take this thing on his head and how he's going to, he apologized in advance that he is going to be in everyone's faces. They are going to put in as much effort as needed because this is personal to him. After they did not give him immunity, Guyman took backseat. So yes, all that promise was contingent on if Sultana had given him the immunity. As a matter of fact, dare I say that even if Sultana had given him that immunity, he still would have taken the back seat because he has already gotten what he wanted. So all that long speech was literally him campaigning so that Sultana can see that he's taking up, responsibilities during her reign as though it is his own and see how valuable he is and save him. People are political. People are political. I am not going to lie. I don't think there is anybody in the house that is as political as someone like Jason. Because you overpromised. Like you said heaven and earth in that meeting. And that was what Monday evening. Tuesday reached nothing. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday morning, someone else had to call the meeting. And mind you, Jason was also part of this whole conversation. But he didn't move a needle to take this forward. Fate had to be the one to do it. At least he showed up for the meeting. So that's good, right? But imagine someone like Mide would not show up for the meeting. We did the barest, absolute barest minimum. And when food comes, they take the best and the biggest. Very, very annoying set of housemates, I'm not going to lie. Because if everybody behaves that way, then who shows up for the wager. If everybody brings the lowest, barest minimum effort, then who shows up to entertain the fans? I hope, okay, let me not say this because it will be taking it to extreme. But at the end of the day, if you are here to entertain fans, because yes, it's a reality TV show, but fans' expectations is entertainment. And you cannot say that you don't know fans expect to be entertained. Do you get? Yes, people like people because of just them being themselves in the house. That is actually true. But ultimately, they hope to be entertained. Nobody goes to subscribe for their DSTV to watch housemates that sit from morning till night doing absolutely nothing. Drama, nothing. Task, nothing. Wager, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Bring drama, you turn cowards and start cowering when it is time to face, according to Biggie, when it is time to face your fears. Anyways, I've been talking and bashing everyone instead of just focusing on the good that Fit is doing with respect to bringing everybody together. So let me just focus on that for a bit, right? So according to what he said, the idea is bring everyone together, right? Different teams, but borrow, whether it is props or whether it is cast or talent or even ideas, right? So one person from this group could have a brilliant idea for the story that these other people are telling. So ultimately, it is collaboration while doing different things. The intent is to entertain the audience, put up a good show. So while everyone is doing their own storylines, before now, housemates have always hidden their stories because they don't want the other team to steal. So it has always been fierce competition. This time around, they are going to share their stories, right? So everybody is hearing everybody's story. So if you hear this person's story and you think there is something that they can do to add to it, to move their story forward, to make it more interesting or more entertaining, you do that. And the other team also does the same thing for these other people. If they see that there's something they can add, maybe from their props, or maybe an act that they can give for the other team to move their own story forward and more interesting, they do the same. That's like the whole idea of the meeting that was had. And I see it as something that is very good to do. I'm not going to lie. It will make the whole experience richer because, as he said, they have a lot of moving parts in the wager, brief that was given to them. So if it is better that they collaborate, because if they don't collaborate, they would not have enough manpower to execute what they intend to do. They would also, get to the point where they are exhausting the people in their team. Maybe one person is doing 2, 3, 4 things just to make up for the people that they don't have. Also, even if you have maybe people that are willing to do 2, 3, 4 things, they probably just don't have the talents to do all those 2, 3, 4 things. So it waters down the quality of the presentation at the end of the day. So what they need to do is, okay, these other people have the manpower that can support us in this particular area. For instance, guest models, right? You can pick people from the other team to come do your modeling for you. You can pick people from this or that team to come do maybe a presentation for you. The idea is when everybody comes together and work together in that way, they're able to give us something that is even much more better than if they worked separately. And he also said something it was like a pitch, right, to the housemates. So it was like he was giving everybody a reason to be part or to buy into the idea that he was presenting to them. He also kind of like massaged their own egos as well. So at the end of the day, people have kept you here this long because they want to be continued to be entertained. So doing this will give you ample opportunity to do so many things that will entertain your fans, to put you in the spotlight in many ways that would help to entertain your fans. At the end of the day, people are still voting. So it will give them opportunity to want to keep you longer on the show. That is massaging the housemate's ego. And the last thing he said was, obviously, if we do it very well, we'll be able to impress Big Brother and ultimately win the wager presentation. Now, that has to come in last because that is like the list of the benefits that they would get. Like he said, they already have food in the house that can last them for the remainder of the 2 weeks. They don't really need food like that. And even if they fail, Piggy would still give them the barest minimum. Thank you for watching, guys.